So I want to try and do it. So after likes and follows, guys. Can't get the staff. Mate, I know, I'm telling you, this is just like one bad man I'm always stressed. I'm on my own stressed. These two are flipping useless.
No, we're not.
Right, is it live on YouTube? Can someone let me know?
No, not yet. But there is a delay in there.
Refresh.
Oh yeah, I've just got a notification.
Yeah, all
I've
done.
got a notification.
What, is live now?
Yep.
Hello. So what we're going to do today, the plan today is to literally get 2 podcasts out of one. Get 2 podcasts out of one.
Yeah.
Let's have a look, manage. Right. So that's live, innit? I'll delete that one. Right there.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yes, I know. Understand deleting pay money. I know that. I know it's stressing, kid. Right. Yo, chaps, is it working, Vicky? Big Tommy, all good boys? You legends. Right, we're just going to get going. I'm going to do the introduction and everything off the stream. We've got a new idea today. We're going to have a bit of fun, a bit more relaxed, and we're just going to go live for a bit and see what's happening. And that's all we're going to do. So, yeah. How are we?
You got echo.
Down here.
Echo. Oh.
Say again, Matt.
You've got echo.
That's you. You're in.
Echo.
It's me.
Yeah. Turn your YouTube volume off.
Everything's off.
It's got to be your end. I haven't got an echo.
Have I got an echo?
Not now.
Can anyone hear an echo? Morning, Jim. Can anyone hear an echo? Please let us know before we start the podcast. Hi, Andrew. You're all right, mate?
No, I did get one, but not anymore.
You're all sorted, definitely. You happy?
And you know, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Are you happy? Can you talk, Mick? I love your mug, by the way.
What? That's my son's mug, though.
Not Minecraft. Right, happy days. Vicky said no echo, so I think it's good to go, innit, boys?
So,
obviously, what we've been up to today, then. But what we'll do is actually, instead of doing a normal what we've been up to, we'll just, if it goes a little bit quiet, I'll just bring in that later on of like, Mark, what have you been up to? Do you know what I mean? Or whatever. The blind leaving the blind executive. That's exactly correct, mate. We are the blind leaving the blind. Unfortunately, it is just the way it goes when it's just a little man with his laptop trying to run a bloody empire. One thing I want to bring up, by the way, boys, have you seen the weather this morning? The Manchester airport is flipping. Well, I think it's closed, isn't it? It's closed.
again.
Yeah. I think it just reopened. But yeah, it's flipping bad at the moment. Can you hear the dog whining?
No.
Good, because I can. I don't know where that is, but look at this. Trying about the weather. That looks like bloody Canada or something, doesn't
it? Who sent you that? Because that's illegal. They're driving and doing it.
Well, I'm not, no grassing, lad. No grassing. I know, Vicky. Do you know what happened, mate, right? Because Mark come in late, the order has changed, mate. And
I'm normally in first.
Yeah. So what's happened is, it's normally the other way around, isn't it?
Do you want me to
Nick's normally on my left. But can I change it?
You should be able to change it.
No, I don't know what I'm doing with all these settings. I don't want to end up breaking anything, but no, we'll be all right. Vicky, just control yourself, kid. You'll be sad. My ADHD. Oh, my God. But yeah, the weather's just awful. I've just heard there's a few flights delayed, isn't it? Down at Manny. And then there's a few cancellations and stuff. Did you have one this morning, Mark, did you say?
Yeah, out to Manchester on a... what did I have? Half one pickup out to Manchester. -10 on Woodhead. Right at the top, -10.
So they're going to be definitely delayed. They'll still be the airport, surely. Isn't it?
Yeah, they're flying out with Lufthansa. They're going to, I don't know where they're going. They're going to end up in Japan, but I don't know where they're flying to first. But they're flying out with Lufthansa.
Did you have a takeout?
Hey?
You had the takeout at 1:30 in the morning?
Yeah.
That's an early one, that, isn't it?
I reckon I reckon he got there early, didn't he? You know, because I reckon he might have been flying at 7, but they're like, let's just get there early because the weather.
Did you say what
Probably.
time the flight was, Mark? Must have been the first
I'm
flight.
pretty
out.
sure they said either said 5:45 or 6:45.
Yeah, first flight out there.
Yeah. I had one the other day, and I picked him up at 9, and he weren't flying till like flipping 2 p.m. or 1 p.m. They just wanted to get to the airport and settled with the bad weather. Do you know what I mean? Bloody hell, Andy, who just commented on YouTube, has just said he's in the Philippines. What a flipping bragger. I hope it rains. Does it rain in the Philippines? I don't know if it rains in the Philippines, but I hope it does. One freak weather just to ruin your day, Andy.
Kev likes
Bloody
Philippines,
bragging.
doesn't he?
What?
Kev likes Philippines.
Yeah. Kev's bird Filipino, isn't she? What about yourself, mate? Have you been out today or just you doing
haven't
office stuff today?
I haven't worked this week. I've just been doing, like you said, most of the office stuff all week.
Admin stuff and trying to sort out because you've obviously had problems, haven't you, with the snow and delays and stuff.
Tuesday, wasn't it? I'm starting from tonight. I'm doing nights for the next 4 nights. So
Ah, yeah. Didn't you? Was the last night you had a Birmingham or something? Didn't you? Was the last night the night before?
oh yeah, done a Birmingham yesterday night.
Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Wednesday
I
night.
thought you did. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was, wasn't it? And then what are you doing? Did you say you're doing nights on what? You do nights on Puba, or have you got airport runs?
I don't do Uber. I'm not an Uber driver anymore.
Oh God! Oh, gossip, podcast gossip. I forgot he does Alpha now, boys. Just to let you all know, Mick has gone over back to the local side.
Alpha.
Yeah, Jim.
on.
Baby.
Mark's in the late corner, isn't he? Vicky's just said, Mark, is Snake Pass closed?
Yes, it's closed.
Was it bad? Yeah.
It's not reopened since it started.
Don't blame it.
Did you end up travelling down the Winnets?
No, I went over Woodhead. Didn't do Winnets. All right. No, I didn't go anywhere near anyone's bubble.
Took a second, that didn't it?
Oh God.
Lad. Like we talked about this the other day, right? Because there's a road that goes from Sheffield to Manchester, and what's it called? Winnets.
Winnets Pass.
But he didn't know in Liverpool, Winnets is the hairs on your bumhole. So when he's going, yeah, it was rough going down Winnets. It was dead snowy and slippy. And I had a nightmare travelling down those Winnets. And I was laughing my head off on my own.
Disgusting.
But yeah, Snake Pass was closed the other day as well. Yeah, Vicky's put well done, Mick. I'm guessing that's for you going on the Al Alpha Kid. Don't forget the comments, Mick. I delayed for about 2-3 minutes.
Well, over to Riverside.
No, I mean just in YouTube. YouTube has a delay. To stop any if someone comments something really bad, then there's a delay. Then that doesn't go live. You see, so there's always a delay on the comments. But yeah, so Vicky's happy that they've gone over to Alpha. How are you finding it then?
Is he an Uber or Alpha?
Yeah. Vicky, tell us who you are, lad. By the way, it's a guy. You logged into his girl's account. It is a guy, but we still call him Vicky.
Is he a spy, really?
Yeah, Vicky's a spy. But yeah, no, what's going on? Are you finding Alpha then, Mick? You enjoying it? Finding it a bit more transparent?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing about it, mate. It's just more, you know where you are, you know what you're in. You I don't know. I want to say I reckon you'll earn more after you start. You make it up after your 470. After the cap.
Yeah, because your cap commission and your tippy, isn't there?
Once you've got past your 470, you're flying. And
so after 470, then do you pay no commission then?
Oh, you
just 15p?
That's right. I didn't know. I thought you were an Uber driver. What did you say, Mark? Sorry.
I'm just saying. After 470, do you pay no commission? Is it just 15p a job?
Just 15 pence a booking then after 470.
It's good that.
That's what I mean. I think part-time, that's where people say a part-time Uber's pretty good, isn't it? You know, slip in between, cherry pick off the app, the way it works, everything else. But if you're going out and going every day on the taxis, it's mad. I don't reckon like the local firms.
Is it a set fee then, 125 up to 470? Or is it a commission based, but maximum of 125?
It's commission based from, so if you do anything less than £150 in a week, you get 30% commission charge.
Right.
Have you upped the commission?
Yeah, so anything before 150 is 30%.
I did not know they upped the commission. It was 25 last time I seen.
Yeah, so really, ideally, for the likes of me and yourself, and probably Mark, if he was thinking, it'll be a bit tough in the summer because you've got to get over that 150 in a week.
30% as well is a big commission. But as you know, with Uber, they're
Oh.
taking up to nearly 40, aren't they?
That's what I mean. But I looked at that and thought, well, Uber takes 30% anyway. So even if you do less than 150, you're only going to get the same as Uber anyway, because you will probably get, if not more.
100%. No, you're right, because that's a good point. Because with Uber, you sometimes paying 30% in the full week, aren't you? With no cap. So the one guy paid 760 quid the other week, didn't he? Over Christmas week in commission. Where an Alpha driver would have paid 125 quid if he'd done the same hours, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
So that's a big difference, isn't it?
It is.
Do you know what I mean? But I think comparing part-time and full-time is different. I think part-time, you're probably better off with Uber. And yeah, filling your gaps. The app's a bit more flexible. Going around the work, you are paying a commission. Sometimes it's up and down. Where Alpha, like you say, you pay 30, and then longer you work, that commission goes down, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think I read somewhere a while ago, if you do full-time, 6-7 days a week on the local company, your commission's like 8 to 12%. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because you start off on 30, and then more you work, commission free brings that commission down, doesn't it, for the full week?
Yeah.
Lloyd has just mentioned, can you do private work with a PHV license? If so, how would you like to go about it? Yeah, either of you want to comment if you want, but it's ops license, by the way.
Well, I haven't got an ops license, and I do private. Well, I don't do private. Well, I do. No, I don't. I don't find work myself. If that's what he's getting at. If he means getting his own work, you can't without an ops license, can you?
It's PHV's just that he's basically
private hire, but yeah, you can if you go for a company, but I call it private work, but it's not my own work. Whereas these two guys have got ops license and they can do that.
Yeah, but I actually call private work just work that's not Uber or work that's not Alpha. I just call it, do you know what I mean? It's like a terminology in it, but realistically, you need an operator to do a job. Do you know what I mean? And you can only accept jobs off the operator you're licensed with. So if just say your Liverpool license, Lloyd, then you can only accept work from a Liverpool operator. That's why sometimes we've talked about this in the past, haven't we? When your Liverpool driver goes to Wolverhampton for a badge, then he comes back to Liverpool and works and lives in Liverpool. The problem is he can't get any other work, really, because there's no other Wolverhampton-operated airport transfer companies. Yes, you can work probably for Alpha and Uber, but all the local companies, airport transfer companies, the sole traders and all them, the one-man bands, they've only got a one-ops license, and more or less it won't be Wolverhampton. So that's another little hiccup when you go out of town for a plate. Do you know what I mean? If you want to keep busy on the airports in Liverpool, you got to get a local badge. Same as Sheffield. Mark, you'd probably have to get a local badge, wouldn't you? Because, your company you work for, you're Sheffield plated, aren't you?
Yep.
Mark?
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, mate, it glitched. So you're Sheffield plated. So your company you get work off must be Sheffield operated, right?
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see if he has another ops. So it's normally big companies will have, say, Nosey, Liverpool and Sefton, so they can accept those type of drivers.
Yeah,
your big companies.
I don't know what he's got.
No, but that's what I'm trying to say. He might have other drivers licensed with a local council because he's
got other drivers that are Chesterfield. He's got a North Derbyshire. I think he's got a North Derbyshire one driver.
Yeah.
Chesterfield. I don't know if I don't know if Chesterfield come under Sheffield or not. I can't remember.
But the thing is, though, the Chesterfield guy, that means your company would have to have an ops license for Chesterfield, or that driver might have his own ops.
Yeah. I think
so. You can transfer op to op, can't you?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can transfer a job op to op.
I think he does.
Obviously, you got to be. Yeah. So hope that's helped you, Lloyds. Oh yeah, Mick with Alpha and one call for the school run. That's interesting, Vicky. Why don't you stay with one call if you're already paying commission on your school run and stuff? It'd be interesting to see why you would switch Do you get me? You're doing a school run for Alpha, for one call, which obviously has a school run, which is pretty good. And then you go with Alpha for the rest. Because it depends if it's got a different commission structure, maybe. I'm not too sure.
Depends how busy one call is outside the schools, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Do you reckon? Yeah. Because it's been interesting, isn't it, that you'd go school run with one call, but then not stay with one call for
What
the
did you
rest of
say
the day.
one call was? Did you say one call was 3 or 4 firms joined into one?
They did, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
So
it's
what
only-
happened was it was a
only
clever
down to
idea,
two
Mick.
now,
Wasn't
isn't
it? What? Sorry.
I think it's only down to like 2 of them now, isn't it?
Yeah. So what happened was back in the day, Mick, wasn't it? It was like loads of little companies, like tiny ones, and they ended up joining together and creating one company to try and fight Uber. I think at the
It was
time,
just
wasn't
like
it?
Delta.
Was it to fight Delta? Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I knew it was to fight someone, wasn't it? Because
Yeah.
it was A1 Taxis in Huyton. There was a company up in
C4,
Crosby, a C4 one in it.
C4, yeah.
Kirby. Was it a Kirby one as well?
It wasn't Acorn, it was the other little one in Kirby, wasn't it?
Yeah. So like that's what I mean.
XL as well.
A couple. What?
XL.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So a few of the companies joined up to one call. But yeah, I don't think one call. If I had to put like an order of companies, I'd probably say Uber's the busiest. I'm on about passenger volume. I'd say probably Uber, Alpha's next, and then probably maybe Vizu now. I don't know. Vizu's growing out that way, innit? What do you reckon, Nick? What would you put the pecking order in for the private eye companies in Liverpool now?
I reckon Delta's still got a good customer base.
Do you reckon?
I reckon they've lost.
But do you reckon Delta's better than Alpha, though? Bigger than Alpha? I can't see Delta being. That's what I'm trying to say. So, what do you think? Would you say Uber, Alpha, Delta, maybe?
Yeah.
And then one call, and the others are fighting for third. Britannia or Vizu now it is, isn't it?
Yeah. It's tough between them three at the bottom, innit?
Yeah.
It's crazy to think Delta's at the bottom now, though. It's absolutely madness.
I think before COVID, Delta was in the top 5 of the largest private hire companies in the UK. They were massive, weren't they? They were, honest to God. What?
He's just let it go, mate. It just seems like
it's a shame, really.
He just gave up the fight with Uber coming in, didn't he?
It just feels like Delta's probably the one that's changed the least, haven't he? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like one call gone with that Cloud9 app, which is quite fancy, and it's a new app trying to fight. Alpha's buying everyone under the kitchen sink. It just feels like everyone's fighting and trying to go and fight back. And Delta's just fed a kip, like.
I don't know what his mindset was there. He just didn't want. He's done everything apart from switch himself to commission based, and that's all he needed to do. I don't know why he's so against commission based. Settle.
No, I know it is. It's mad, isn't it? And just go through the comments there quick. All the commission-based systems, local basis start to cover times in our local area. Prior to that, generally always set base rent. 65 to 120 in the Birmingham Black Country areas. Fair enough, mate. Yeah, so they all went to a commission-based after COVID, did they? Most local firms in Manchester do their base rent at Christmas by 50%. But it certainly wouldn't be 750. Thank you for that. I'm in London. Just wondered if I could do private chauffeuring with a PHV license. You could, Lloyds, but you need your own ops license, mate, or you need to find a company that provides chauffeuring work with the same badge that you are. Oh yeah, Vicky's answered. The school run gave me £300 a week for 2 hours a day. Brilliant. After settle. Okay, 10 hours over 5 days. That's after settle. Alpha are busy outside of school hours. There you go, Mick.
Like that.
That's why it makes sense, yeah.
So why? What hours do you do? Do you work days then, or do you just do your school run and then stay out after your afternoon school run?
That's a good point, isn't it? Because that's 2 ways you can work it, isn't it? You could grind on the dead hours between the school run. Because Andy does it in our WhatsApp group, doesn't he? Andy does the morning school run, goes home, and then he does the second school run, but then stays out there.
Stays out.
To like 7, 8 p.m, doesn't he?
Well, he comes home, doesn't he? He does his afternoon, goes home for a few hours, has his tea, and then comes out at like 7 till 11.
Yeah. That's it. Have you ever considered a school run, Mark?
I used to have one.
Oh, okay. Go on.
with the
What was
local firm up until I started doing airports with this company. I jacked it all in, with school runs. I had a school run. I had a couple of school runs. In fact, I had 3 school runs, and I had a couple of hospital contracts as well. Renal dialysis.
Yeah.
That kept me going through COVID, to be fair, because the kids that I took for the school runs, they were vulnerable, so they still went in. So
It was right.
I kept going, and then obviously that them 2 that were having dialysis, they still had to have it 3 days a week. So
the lads who've got school runs were made up in COVID because they were paying them without travelling, weren't they?
Yeah.
Councils.
I'll be honest with you, Mick. I'd love a school run, me. I'd love to be able to go in the morning, in the afternoon, and then I'm done. But I've got to still take my flipping clown to school. So I had to take it this morning. It was honest God, the weather was so bad, right? Every school, I promise you, every school in the world was shut this morning, except my kid's school. It was a joke, mate. Honestly, God, I felt like I was just the only one doing a school run. Everybody had paid school runs, were getting cancelled left, right, and centre, and Liverpool and everything else, and I just cracked on my own. Honest God, slipped about 4 times getting to the school. It was just stupid. It was just so bad because the weather's just so dangerous now because the snow's frozen, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
So it's just a flipping nightmare. Vicky's put his 2 kids, pick up in Heighton, take them to Toxteth, try and get the job back to mine in Heighton, go out about 12 to try and work up to the LA collect.
Tell
Kids
you
up
what,
at 2:30.
Heighton to
Oh, okay.
not a bad rate, is it? For
That's
30
sound, that, isn't it? I work Saturday and Sunday daytimes then. Yeah, it's clever, that, isn't it? Yeah, so what he's saying, he's kind of uses the taxis to try and get him back up to the pick-up and drop-off, isn't he, really?
Yeah.
But then he stays out till 6, 7. So similar thing to what Andy does, works the afternoon rush.
Yeah.
But yeah, the dead hours are dead. We've said
That's
this.
one thing I can't do. I don't mind doing the morning rush hour. I hate doing the evening rush hour. I just think it's worse.
Why is the traffic so bad in the evening rush compared to the morning rush? I've noticed that.
No, I can't now. Like my wife's going into work at 4:15 till 7:30. So I said, I'll stay out and work. I've had a thought. I thought, no, I'm not. No.
Honestly, have you noticed that though?
Yeah.
Hey, some reason the evening rush is well worse than
like
the morning rush.
In the morning, it's busy, but the traffic's flowing. In the evening, the traffic's busy and it's bumper to bumper. Weird.
I know, but the thing is, though, everyone's still going to work. Everyone's still coming home from work. Everyone's still going to school and home from school. So why is it different? It must be different start times, maybe.
Yeah, because you've still got more people out in the afternoon, haven't you? Whereas you've got people who have got days off from work that are out in the afternoon, and if you've got a day off, you don't get up the same time, do you? You chill. You're not getting out the house till 9 a.m.
I think we've got sensible Mick on today.
Sensible Mick. We like sensible Mick because when sensible Mick turns up, he actually speaks good truth and knowledge. You know what I mean? Grumpy Mick's not the best, but Sleepy Mick's the worst, mate.
Yeah.
Mick, someone's asked you the question.
And Angry Mick's quite hilarious. Should we get
Angry Mick? Yeah. But you can still get Angry Mick from Sensible Mick. You just got to mention the E word. You know what I mean?
Don't do it.
No. Oh, listen, lads, I'm absolutely done in with electric cars. The flipping range is abysmal in this weather. London up. Well, sorry, go on.
Did you see the article of that? He who made should not be named.
My mate Elon.
Yeah.
Musk.
Him.
What are you doing? Don't kick him off. He's in a good mood.
I'll swear.
Don't, lad. Hey, don't be taking the mick out of my ear. I call him Amy. So like
rumours of him buying Liverpool, weren't he?
I heard about that. Obviously, is it just a rumour?
I think it's just rumours, to be honest. But yeah,
it's imagine. No, that'd be cool, that mate. Hey, all the players will be transported in Model X's and that little Falcon doors. Oh, maybe boss. I know you don't like him. Like personality aside, by the way, personality aside, I just think he's like an evil genius. You know, like I can imagine him having like his own island with a skull on it, with lava coming out the top.
Do you know what he's doing now? He's doing every person's dream of doing what they want to do. He's got that much money. He's just thinking, I'm just going to live my life to the full. I bet he ends up I bet he moves out to the moon. I mean, buggers off him. I'm
Honestly,
telling you.
Honestly, I'm telling you, mate, he's done some. But if you think of the stuff he's done now, he's done the Tesla cars, by the way, which I do love. He's done all the solar stuff. And obviously the rocket stuff's pretty cool. We haven't had rockets for years because of NASA and all that. And he's just made, and then he made a rocket pointy because it was meant to be pointy, not because it was more efficient. He literally went, I want that rocket pointy.
Thing is,
Do you know what I
right? See
mean?
what he's doing now, though. He's getting into the British politics, isn't he?
I've seen he's
So,
causing a bit of controversy with his tweets, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? But he's right though. At least he's defending us, mate. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Little fun fact from the London. London Ops 0 to 10 cars is a £400 application fee plus a 1,600 quid for 5-year license. That's expensive, isn't it?
So basically,
Wow. So £2,000.
£2,000 for the first 5 years, and then 1,600 from afterwards.
That's only 10 cars as well. Is that PCO? Is that like TFL, isn't it? Oh yeah. While we're on, Mick, don't go anywhere for a sec. Vicky's just answered it, and it was a comment on the video done of the last week. That Intercab from Bootle, I'm sure that's the same company the lad was on about the comment the other day. It was an old company in the 80s, right? That used to pay the drivers. 80s or early 90s used to pay the drivers like a wage. Do you know what I mean? Like we were talking about some companies might do employments in the future and start employing drivers and stuff. The other guy said that Intercab it used to do that back in the 80s, 90s, just literally give the guys a wage and a car and just go out and work for me.
To be totally honest, I reckon I don't know whether the business model will hit the ground running nowadays, but back then I reckon it would have.
Or would it work? Don't you reckon it work now? I reckon that model might work now. To stop all the cherry pickers and everything else, you got guaranteed wage while the taxis are rubbish.
But what would the guaranteed wage be though? Minimum wage?
The overheads for the business would be.
Well, not now anyway.
Imagine 100 drivers on. What you're going to have to pay them? You're going to have to pay them at least £20 an hour, aren't you?
No. I mean, the company provides everything. You're just a driver.
Yeah, no, but you'd still be what? You'd still want to be
£13 an hour.
It's still a lot of money, that, mate. Outgoing.
No, I mean, do you mean that's from an operator standpoint? Yeah, I get you.
Point, you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean? But you could hire night drivers, you could hire day drivers. When your demands are getting a bit much, you hire another day driver. Do you know what I mean? But like on the system, you have to accept every single job. Do you get me? You got to accept every single job that comes through in the system. You cannot deny a job.
I like to cherry
pick. You're employed, aren't you? So you won't be asked.
Yeah. That's what I mean. I reckon that might work, you know. And would you be happy though if I woke up and someone went, my shift is 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, and you're on guaranteed 12 quid an hour, say. Do you know what I mean? You're driving someone else's car around, just picking up any job that comes through. Some people might actually take that, won't they? Oh, lad.
Think of the outgoings. You've got diesel costs, you've got wages, you've got
costs.
Some overheads. That would you even cover it?
Oh, you're all from a company standpoint?
Yeah.
I think
10 cars.
So if you're paying a driver £15 an hour, I reckon you can probably get job-wise, even when it's quiet, I reckon you'll be able to get 40 quid an hour out of a driver.
Yeah. Ideally, you should cover
probably even more, 50. So you're making 30. You're making a minimum of 30.
How would you get 50 quid an hour out of a driver?
Well, because I don't know, right? Say for example, say if I this morning, right? Say for example, this morning I did 4 while 7. I did 100 quid. So what's that? 33 quid an hour, right? That's what I took off Uber. I guarantee Uber got more than 50, 60, 70 quid off me.
But that's like obviously a busy snowy morning, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
What about next week when the snow's gone and it's like
if I was getting paid £15 an hour, I would have made 45 quid. Uber might have earned 160 quid there, so they made 170 quid out of me, didn't they?
Yeah. That's what chance out over the full week would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just go to Vicky there quick. It was actually Vicky who asked the question. So when he's not live, his comment comes up, Mick. So Matty was me, my real name comes up when it's not live, but for some reason it goes to my birth name on the live. So he was the one who asked the question about the
all right
about the Bootle company.
I don't remember them. I honestly can't remember them. Like,
No, but fair play to you. Fair play, Vicky. Sounds like a good little business model.
it's interesting.
So, I
You know?
just put down doing work with the base at the fleet of old Nissan Sunnies 1.3 cc's with LPG kits.
LPG kit.
Mate, I actually remember little Nissan Sunnies. They were belters, weren't they?
I learned to drive in a Nissan Sunny.
Did you? I remember. Do you remember the Nissan Sunnies, mate?
Yep.
Do you like were they like little micros, weren't they?
Yeah. 94, I passed my driving test. 30 years ago.
94. Oh, no, that's not one of them, is it? That's the one I don't remember that one. That's a Nissan Sunny.
No, mine were.
Newer than that, innit? Mine was like a little. I remember carefully Nissan Sunny was a little hatchback like that. That was it. Innit?
That's very similar to what I learnt in. I think mine were red and all. I'm not driving it, am I?
I don't think so. Yeah. Oh man, I used to love the old cars, mate. I used to love the old Beamers, mate. You know the 90s Beamers?
Yeah.
He was all right. He's like that.
Oh, still here.
What's happened to you?
It's just fucking overtime on thinking whether that would work as a business model. I don't think you'd get it going. You'd need some money to uprun that, wouldn't you? And then you've got to
And also as well,
then
what's
you've got to try
stopping
and break
drivers
into the
doing black?
market of customer base.
Oh yeah, we used to have a Hackney plate and Nissan Sunny in Dudley up in the late 90s. You know what's weird about Hackneys, right? Good points are. Hey, I think Liverpool's the only place outside of London you have to have Hackneys only. Is that correct or not?
What do you mean by Hackney's only? What do you mean?
So in
Black cabs.
Liverpool Council, you're only allowed black cabs with the light on, and every vehicle's got to be wheelchair
I think
access.
Sheffield's like that, I know.
Really? Yeah.
Rotherham do car, you know.
Yeah.
But in Sheffield, I don't think I've ever seen a Sheffield plated Hackney. You know, like with a thing on top that says taxi on top. I've never seen a Sheffield plated one there. I'm sure I haven't.
That's what I mean with the Hackneys in Liverpool. Everyone's got to be wheelchair access, and obviously a Hackney carriage or like the big, the Vitos and that. But Sefton, which is a neighbouring council, they only have cars. We have mixture. Do you know what I mean? Some councils allow a mixture. Some councils allow Hackney only. But I didn't know how many councils did have. Do you know, talking about Hackneys, right? And while we might have a few Hackney drivers watching, do you think in 2025 it's worth buying a Hackney plate?
Why don't you do it and try it? Why don't you do a 6-month thing?
What do you mean? You can't do 6 months. Buy a plate.
Yeah, buy a plate and just try it for 6 months.
As long as it doesn't work, try and sell it.
No, weren't you talking about last year, November time? You were on about one of your ideas, wasn't it?
What you get out of it, though? You're just going to be able to
I wanted to buy one last week. There was a Hackney for sale in Liverpool with the plate on the vehicle for $6,000.
$7
grand. $7 grand. And I was like, oh, so tempted. Do you know what I mean? So obviously, when you've got your own Hackney carriage, right, your Hackney plate, and it goes on a vehicle, you can settle it, you can work it, but also the Hackney plate is limited. You can't get any more new Hackney plates from the council. So something normally that's limited, the value goes up and down. So like the Hackney plate used to be 50, 60 grand on their own back in the day, didn't they, Mick? And now obviously there's no future in a Hackney. You can get them quite cheap. But what's stopping in 5 years' time? Something happens, the private eye industry implodes, something goes on, and this Hackney plate that you bought 5 years ago has gone back up to 50k because the private hire industry's gone to crap and everyone wants to get back in the Hackneys. I don't know, I just think to own your own Hackney for $7,000 to own your own Hackney is pretty cool, do you know what I mean?
7k is probably not too bad, but I don't see the benefit in it anymore.
That's 7k.
Do you reckon it's the Hackney trade's gone, Mick? What's that?
That's $7,000. Does that include the badge and car? So what's the car like? Is it Barney Rubble, the Flintstones car then for $7,000?
No, it was a TX1. I think it was like 15-year-old TX1. It was an old car, obviously, but it was the car and plate, and the car was working. I just think that was a pretty cool price. That. But what were you going to say, Mick? Do you reckon it's a dying trade or what?
I can't see how private hire is going to hit the fan. It's only going to get I just don't see how. Yeah, the only way the Hackney trade's going to come back massively is private hire failing. And can you see private hire failing?
I just think Uber's killed Hackneys.
What?
I just think Uber's killed Hackneys. That's all.
Uber's killed most firms, mate.
Let's be honest. If they seen something in Hackneys, Uber would have them Monday.
Well, they've tried, haven't they? They tried to get into the Hackneys in London, and I think they said no.
London, though, isn't it? People travel from abroad, go to London to travel in a black cab.
Yeah. It's like a whole thing, isn't it?
Yeah, you got to travel in one if you come here, haven't you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I just think it's pretty cool. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, Manchester have loads more of Hackneys. Do they? Yeah. But Manchester have Hackneys. Oh, they do, don't they? I think the thing is, though, I think Manchester you can have mixed, can't you? Or is Manchester Hackney only as well?
Manchester's
Not so sure.
Manchester's cars look like Hackneys.
What do
Don't
you
they
mean?
have taxi on the top of them now?
Yeah, most Hackneys do, don't they? Like even the Sefton ones, you can get like
Oh,
an
I mean,
E-class Merc with a taxi badge on the roof, on the ceiling. What's that?
Privates.
No, private in Manchester. They got all the stickers,
Yeah, it's the stickers, isn't it? I'm just.
the big yellow stickers all over the car.
I know I've been in some part of the country somewhere. There's taxi hubs on private cars. Can't remember where it is though. Is it Scotland?
Possibly. I know Ireland was crazy. When I went to Ireland, I got an Uber in Ireland, and it was a Hackney that pulled up, and he put the meter on. And I went, mate, what are you doing? Uber says it's this price. He went, yeah. It's predicted the meter price. And then he inputs the meter into the app, and then Uber charges me whatever that the meter said. And a few Irish people have told me that the commission is like 10% or 12%, and that's all Uber takes. Uber's just an intermediate between passengers and Hackneys, so it works an absolute treat for Ireland. Boss that, innit?
Got a request there, Matty.
What?
You've got a request.
Matty, can you say again, aren't they? Again. Thanks, Matty. He's not flipping OnlyFans, lad. It's YouTube.
Aren't they?
Hey, don't get me wife's bra on and say it again. Aren't they? Yeah. There's a company in Thailand and Bangkok. There's a company in Thailand and Bangkok that bought a fleet of black hacks. It's weird seeing them at the airport. What does there's black Hackneys in Thailand?
Yeah, right. There's another guy on YouTube. I can't think his name's Mark down in London. He's just got back from Thailand and he drove one. Yeah, they have. They've actually imported. They make them out there, I think. I don't know how much they pay for them. Like
full black cab, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I know we're talking about this, and I know you're saying Hackneys are dead and all that, right? Or whatever. But wouldn't you just love, like, have you ever drove a Hackney, Mick?
Nope.
Even back in the day, no.
No.
See, I'd flipping love just the actual feeling of it. You know what I mean? Like chugging about in your little plastic thing in you, and someone waves like that. Hey, mate. What?
I just want to do a U-turn in one.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Just like the experience of it. You know what I mean? And then someone's being a two-man, and you slam on.
They're like bumper cars, aren't they?
Glass. What?
Hackneys are like bumper cars. You turn that march, they literally just go.
Yeah. I think they got rear-wheeled steering. They got like rear-wheeled steering, haven't they? Or four-wheel steering. Honestly, mate, I just think it'd be boss. You know what I mean?
When you look
like,
at the wheel, lock, it's like that.
Oh, mate, I know. Honestly, but yeah, I just think it'd be just red boss. So I think when I get into the Tesla in October this year, it'll be like 2.5 years. I'll get rid of that, and then I might settle or do something while I decide what I want to do with my next car. But I might settle a Hackney for a couple of weeks or a month or a minimum fare, whatever, and just try it. Just at least try it for a bit of content and just mix it up a bit. Because I could still do the airports and stuff in Hackney. Do you know what I mean? They're still all right for luggage, isn't that?
Yeah, you gotta get a veto, haven't you?
I don't know. Even the standard Hackneys, you could still get. Then you have 3 suitcases in the boot, in the passenger seat, and then you get 1 or 2 under the fold down seat. Don't you? You still get 4, 5, 3, 4 suitcases in them.
Yeah, but I wouldn't send my customers a Hackney unless they requested one.
Wouldn't you?
No.
Whoa! And there's people watching. So, do you think that Hackneys are more of a lesser vehicle than a private hire vehicle, mate?
Well, if you're booking a private hire transfer, you don't expect a black cab to turn up.
No. People book an airport transfer. They don't know about private hire or vehicles. So go on, Mick. What have you got a problem with Hackney drivers, mate?
I haven't got a problem with Hackney drivers. So stop get your wooden spoon and snap it.
So go on, Mick. So you explain to the public. So what's your actual issue with Hackneys, mate? Why wouldn't you send one to the airport?
I don't know. If I phone for an airport transfer company,
Yeah.
I just don't. I'd expect a minibus for me or a car. I just wouldn't expect a black Hackney to turn up. Like you say, if it was a Vito one and it was thingy, it's not too bad. But a TX1 or a TX4 pulling up, yeah, come on, let's get you to the airport.
Don't you feel like that's a bit more like, oh, bloody hell, a taxi? I don't know. Obviously, it's obviously very opinionated. And a lot of people, like you say, will probably be disappointed. Do you know what I mean? But would a lot of people be happy to be in a Hackney? I don't know. I haven't been in a Hackney in flipping years, mate.
At the end of the day, you think about a Hackney. If I want a Hackney, I'll run out on the street and flag one down.
I think, foreigners that come to this country, fly to Heathrow, when they come out, their experience is come out the airport, getting a black cab. Like in America, you come out of JLA, John F. Kennedy or Newark, you come out, you get in a yellow cab.
Yeah.
But anywhere else out of London, like so if I turned up in a black cab at Manchester Airport, they'd just say, "What the bloody hell's that?" They will, I think.
If you phoned an airport transfer company and an Hackney turned up, would you be disappointed?
I don't know.
You'd be thinking, it's weird for me.
Taxi community is watching this podcast, guys. So come on. No, all jokes aside, I get there's a stigma around Hackney carriages and stuff in it. And normally when you think of a Hackney, it's getting home bladdered. And I've had some bad memories in the back of Hackneys they've had.
Taxi! One of them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's the way.
Oh, yeah, hold on a minute. Vicky's put this, he was on them in the 90s. It was good money then. Bet it was. A bone rattler, though. Mate. But Ben's put, you can actually book a black cab, Hackney, on the Uber app in London. I think it's charged on the meter. Is that true, Ben? That'd be interesting if you can, mate. That'd be interesting. Paul's put, get a Hackney, Matty, be boss content. That's what I mean. I think it'd be good just for me being content. Do you know what I mean? Even if I have a couple of weeks off the airports and just bounce around on the Hackneys, you know what I mean? Sitting on ranking that. What's happening? Trying to get a me Hackney.
You'll last one day, and you're like, never again. Guaranteed.
Yeah, I reckon he'll last a week. Oh, that up.
There's someone in a wheelchair like that flagging me. I'm like,
you turn.
What wheelchair driver? What wheelchair person? Oh, you can't, yeah. You can't. But like, obviously, they're meant to be a nightmare, aren't you? To put a wheelchair in Hackney, we've done the training for Liverpool Council, and it's a nightmare to do it legally and properly. There's about 15 buckles, there's straps, there's all sorts, mate. Honestly. So yeah, I'd probably you can't legally, can you? You can't legally blank a wheelchair user, can you, in Hackney?
Can't blank anything.
Yeah, well, if you've got your light on, you can't. If someone howls you, you've got to stop them, haven't you?
no matter what it is, you can't blank anyone, wheelchair user or just a normal. You're not supposed to anyway.
Mate, yeah, that's what I mean, lad. I can't be doing all that, rolling in and out and all that. Do you know what I mean? And when I done my training, I ended up going on the ramp, but just for the sake of the training, you put the ramp on the floor, not on the curb. So the ramp was dead steep. And I was with one of the lads messing about. So before the training starts, I went to the fellow went there. I went, listen, mate, I'll give us a little try at this lad. I've never done it before. He went, yeah, come on then. I went full tilt. And then the front wheel just hit the bottom of the ramp. And I just flipped him onto the thing and like nearly broke his coccyx.
I used to be a controller in Birkenhead for Hackneys back in the late 80s. No wonder your name's Grumpy Old Man.
Why? Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I used to be a controller. Oh, yeah. I'm on it now. Imagine Matty sitting on the rank moaning about Uber. Honest to God, I would, honestly, God, imagine if I was at a Lime Street rank and there's hundreds of people and I'm sat at the front like that and an Uber pulls up, I'd be like that. I'd be fuming me, you know. Because that must be the worst part about it. They rank up for half an hour and you might get a fiver into the town, won't you? Town centre with the Hackneys. Would you reckon it'd be frustrating to be sat there and watching Uber after Uber, Rochdale, Wolverhampton, Manchester come in and take all your work?
I
It
know.
must be so frustrating to be a Hackney's driver. No wonder Kev's cabs come to Uber, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But listen, guys, listen, live, everyone watching live, don't go anywhere. We're just ending the podcast, right? We're ending the podcast, but don't go anywhere because we're going to crack on anyway with the live. But yeah, that's it. Just thought to end that there, first one. Use know. So what we're going to try and do, guys, if you're watching live, Mick's gone for a little break. If what we're going to try and do, if we're watching live, guys, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get 2 podcasts out of a really long live, just because I think the podcast once a week, people have commented and said, I'd love to have more podcasts because they like listen to it in the car on Spotify and etc. etc. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and record a big long live and then split it into 2 podcasts per week. And at least then people aren't waiting a full week to listen to an episode. I thought that was a pretty cool idea. So yeah, so I know glad you're all live. Mick's having a little break, probably a little vapey vape. And then Mark, do you want to run and get a drink or anything? Or you're okay for now?
I'm all right at the moment.
Knackered, mate. Yeah, bet you are. Bet you are. At least you're still here, mate. Appreciated. Appreciated.
You're not putting to sleep, Mark?
No.
Honestly, that's crazy.
It's because
So
you
just to clarify, by the way, because I don't know if we mentioned it earlier, Mark has actually. What time did you wake up?
I didn't go to bed.
Why did you put Uber on at 4 o'clock in the morning, mate?
Because I left my house about 1 o'clock. Took someone across to Manchester. Got back at 4. Worked through to got home about 7:30.
That's crazy. That's crazy, mate. So
What
you have
are
the
you looking at?
restrictions yesterday.
Yeah. I won't
You
go
going
to bed.
on
I
Uber
won't go
after
to
this?
bed now till tonight.
You're gonna say, are you gonna go out to an Uber after this?
Yes.
Probably is.
Yes, I'm going to go out and then I've got to take my wife to work for about, I think she starts at 4:15. So it's taking about 3:30. So time's it now. I only do about 2 or 3 hours.
You're horrible, you lad.
I need to go out and wash the car and all. So I'll go out, put the Uber on, Uber app on.
If I was you, mate, I'd be getting my PJs on, right? Curling up on the flipping sofa and playing the PS or watching the telly, me. There's got to be a sort of film or a TV show that you can get into other than work, lad. You
Not
love it,
allowed.
though,
My
don't you?
wife wants to watch stuff.
Oh, because a lot of the stuff you watch together.
Yeah.
Right. No, I've got stuff that I watch that the wife doesn't like. Like I like Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Brassic, you know, those type of TV shows that she's just not into. Or I watch a heavy action where I know she won't like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a really good like classic, like Lethal Weapon or Die Hard or something like that. I'll just stick Die Hard on for the 90th time, and I love it. The only bad thing is I used to sit there and snack. I can't snack now because I'm on a calorie deficit because it's January, which I'm hating at the moment. And I'm just going for the comments dead quickie. The City of London Hackney drivers do a great job at the NHS children's hospitals from different parts of the UK. They take the kids to Euro Disney, a fleet of 100 London black cabs with emergency
do,
services. Yeah, it's brilliant, that, mate. Like I said, I see a Hackney, especially like in London, and I have the same feeling like I would see like a yellow cab in New York. It's just like, oh, look at that. It's like, oh. And I know as well, the amount of crap that they went through to get that plate is unbelievable. So, yeah. 61 years of age now, even more grumpy. There's definitely work for hacks, more of a night shift, isn't it? Especially the weekend. I would say, mate, yeah. I would say. Yeah, I think it's gotta be that, isn't it, really? A Hackney. You work weekends, football, nights when you can't get an Uber and stuff. I can't see a Hackney 10 a.m. at a Rankin town or something,
No.
or at a shop. Because like the amount of times I've been to like the Ike Nasda, and the Hackneys are like circled round the car park. And in the middle of the Hackneys, they're all out the car, aren't they?
Yeah.
Smoking, having a gab, chatting, which is obviously great socially. I love that aspect of it. But you know what I mean? They could be waiting maybe 45 minutes there, couldn't he? For the £4 going down the road, or the £5 going down the road, dropping someone off. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hope you can make enough to do daily lives. They are boss boys, but obviously not financially viable. Hope one day it'll be. Ah, thanks, mate. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't get paid hardly anything for them, and these don't get paid at all. These just help me out. Yeah, so yeah, I think Mick's getting distracted. Look at his focus on his face.
Oh, I think you've answered that incorrectly. I think he's talking about the Hackneys, and you've answered it. I think he's talking about the Hackneys, and you're talking about us getting paid on podcast and whatnot.
No, Vicky's put 100%. I hope you can make enough to do daily lives. They are boss boys. Well, like the daily lives of this, I think
Oh.
he meant.
I thought he
But
was
obviously, it's
talking
not
about the
financially
Hackneys.
viable. Hope one day it will be. No, he's always on about the lives, mate. Yeah, what's it called? So at the moment, I get bits off it. Obviously, with them advertising everything else, and he's just doing it out of the goodwill, and also they enjoy doing it. And that's it, really. So financially, it doesn't really pay. But obviously, we're building the podcast, and hopefully, we're going to start. If it starts growing big and stuff, I'll rent like a little studio in Manchester, and we could go down and do a couple of episodes there and stuff. Yeah, I answered it right. Thanks, Dickie. It's just ignore Mick. We got confused, Mick. Now he's kind of faded off a little bit. Now we got confused, Mick.
Oh, it's because of the comments above, I think, talking about Hackneys, and then I've still got my mind on Hackneys.
Yeah.
It's done it.
Yeah, I know what it is. Oh yeah, Vicky's got a question for Mark. Mark, how is your new car, lad, and how you find it compared to the Merc?
It's not the Merc, is it? But I like it. It's cheaper to run. Not had any problems with size yet. Mind you, I've not had 4 strapping blokes in it yet. We 7 bags. I don't think I'll be able to fit them bad boys in. But
How's the luggage space been compared to Merc?
all right.
Have you noticed the difference? A little bit less.
Yeah, it is less. Don't get me wrong, as the boot space were massive in the Merc, but I went down to Heathrow in it last week. I've done 2 runs of Heathrow, 3. Yeah, it's all right.
What are you hitting mile per gallon?
Last time I looked, we're about 67.
67?
Yeah.
And it's petrol in it?
Yeah.
Petrol?
Flipping it, mate. That's
Hybrid.
brilliant, that.
Yeah, petrol hybrid, yeah.
Oh, hybrid. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was it's a petrol electric petrol hybrid, isn't it? The
Yeah,
Corollas.
yeah.
That's brilliant. That's 60. That's brilliant, that, isn't it? Yeah, so it makes sense to get rid of it. If you're not doing exec work, it makes sense.
No.
Do you know what I mean? I remember I had a Corolla on a settle a few years ago, and I thought it was dead nice. I just think, because obviously I'm tall, and I lounge back a bit, I had people moaning, getting behind me, in the car.
Yeah.
What's up? You got to go?
No, I'm just going to get myself a drink. Is that right? We're not filming, are we?
Yeah, we're still filming, yeah.
Oh, wait.
Still go and get yourself a drink, though.
You go. Yeah, we're still filming. This is the second podcast.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Mate, I love Sleepy Mark, Sleepy Mark's the best Mark, isn't he? He
Let
doesn't
me
even know
shout my
what day it
missus
is.
then. Let me shout my
Hey,
missus.
yeah, go on, mate.
I
I
need a
told you
coffee.
about 3 times today. The plan, didn't we? Oh, he's funny enough. Yeah, cracks me up. But yeah, I had a Corolla. I was splitting thirds. I was splitting in thirds. Oh, no. I don't want it too much. But yeah, I had a Corolla back in the day, and it was brilliant. But I found, because obviously I'm 6'5", I found that the seat all the way back, the customers used to moan at me getting in the back of the car, you see. That's what I found with the Corolla. So you haven't had that, Mark, have you? But do you sit quite close to your seat then? Because obviously you're only short.
What you saying? I'm small.
Yeah.
No, Mark, you are tiny, aren't you? I reckon my 11-year-old daughter's taller than you.
I'm 5'7.5".
It's tiny.
No, I've had someone sit in front that was 6'2", 6'3", pushed back, and they got behind it. So there's plenty of leg room.
Yeah.
The leg room's all right. Do you know what? It's the width.
Oh, okay. So quite thin.
Yeah, it's quite thin. But
Like
right,
you said, though, like you said, you're saving on the tax, you're saving on the fuel. Do you know what I mean? And like you say, it does what you need to do. Do you know what I mean? But listen, we had a bit of a mad one. You need sleep, Mark, Vicky's book. It is true. It is true, by the way. Oh, by the way, if you're watching on TikTok, make sure you like and all that jazz and come over to YouTube. We are not manning the comments on TikTok, so come over and have a chat with us. Gonna stay on for probably another half an hour or so. But yeah, what you call it? What I wanted to ask you is, and it was a bit of an awkward one, was do you or would you charge waiting time for at the airport if it weren't the customer's fault that you had to wait? I had a job and he landed at 9:30 in the morning and he ended up getting in my car at 1 p.m. And I was at the airport since 10 a.m., half an hour after they landed, because that's the procedure, innit? You get there half an hour after they land, and normally they're out straight away or a little bit later. So I was at the airport for 3 hours waiting for this customer. Now, fair play. I did joke about and lay it on thick, saying, look, when I get home, I hope the kids can recognise me and blah, 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 blah. I made loads of little jokes and laid it on thick a bit. And you give me a little tip, which is happy days. But I know a lad on the chauffeurs, and he had a similar job, waited a similar time, and he didn't get a tip. He didn't get a thank you. He just picked them up, got them, took them home, and they didn't get a thank you. Just got up the car after waiting at the airport for nearly 4 hours for them. So, what I want to ask you guys in that situation, I'll go for Mark. In that situation, what would you have done? And would you have charged him any action or just hope for the tip or what?
if it wasn't their fault, then
Like in this scenario that I was in, it was the weather and the airport, and he kept them on the plane for 2.5 hours, stuff like
right.
that.
The problem I've got, like me personally, I wouldn't. Right, but the problem that I've got is the firm that I get the jobs off.
Yeah.
They stipulate if you're hour and a half, they would say charged. It's written in. The customer is aware of it.
Oh, so after hour and a half of them
Right.
landing, touching down.
But the bloke who owns the firm says it's up to you, up to me. But we have a lot of regular customers. So
Yeah.
say, I don't know, I pick Bob up on a Monday and someone were picking Bob up on the Friday. I didn't charge him waiting time, but the other driver did on the Friday. He will probably go mad, won't he? So the company says after hour and a half, there is a waiting time charge.
So have you charged this week any waiting time at the airport?
No, I've never ever charged. If it's their fault, then I have.
Oh, if they come out with a Mackey's and a coffee,
Yeah,
like I've been waiting 2 hours,
yeah.
mate. What are you doing shopping?
Yeah.
I get that.
But
I get that.
I did a job on Tuesday. I had to pick up an extra 50 quid because he were flying in the day before, but didn't let us know his flight had been cancelled. So the driver had gone to the airport, and which is a bit of a grey area because by rights the driver should have been tracking him, but in his defence, it didn't go live on Flight Radar. because of the weather. So he's gone there.
Yeah.
He's got there for when like 10 o'clock. And then the bloke rang him at 10:30. So we've not took off. It's been cancelled till tomorrow. So I did the journey the next day, but then I had to get an extra 50 quid off that passenger, which you were fine. He was happy to pay, but yeah.
That's an hard one. How about yourself, Mick?
I don't personally, but as a person, obviously, who's in the same position as like what Mark said, because I said to you, the job was for me, wasn't it, Matty? You done it for?
Yeah.
I said to you, anything after 90 minutes, you're in your own right to charge, and that's exactly the way we work. The same way you've mentioned, Mark, as 90 minutes after you get a free 90 minutes allowance in the price that was given. Anything after that, it's down to the driver's discretion whether they charge it or not.
Yeah, but like I said, what was quite where they could counter argue is they landed at 9:30 on the correct time, right? But then he left on the plane for 2 hours.
Yeah,
that's tricky.
So
Isn't it?
the customer's going to go, well, we landed at 9:30. I know you're saying it's an hour and a half. Well, when does that hour and a half start? When we got off the plane? Or when do we land?
From landing time, because you've got a flight number for a reason. Do you know what I mean?
Just think you might have another pickup 3 hours later, 4 hours later. Do you know what I mean? You waited 2.5 hours. So I don't know how much your airport fees are. Say, I don't know, say
if you're looking at that, we like you say, you should ideally you've scheduled that 9:30 land. You're expecting to be free and available again at 11:30, aren't you?
Because we've all spoken, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've all
the
spoken.
only thing I was looking for is I didn't have a follow-on job or nothing. It was my last job of the morning. I was more gutted that I had to miss my dinner. I wasn't get home for dinner, and the fact that I didn't get home for dinner really ruined my little plan. Because then it was too late to have my dinner before my tea, and my mind went flipping crazy.
This is the thing. So, even if you did charge Matty, and like Mark says, we have regulars, just the same, and they tried to go again on another business trip or whatever it may be, another holiday in a month's time or whatever, and they don't get charged by another driver, and they ring up and say, how come I was charged here and charged there?
Yeah.
I just explain it. Look, it's down to the driver's discretion. At the end of the day, if that lad's had another job and had to give it away, he's going to charge it, isn't he? Whereas this other lad who hasn't charged it mightn't have another job and he's happy to wait for you. The drivers are self-employed.
It's just awkward. It's just awkward, isn't it?
It is awkward.
Like these were dead happy. They give me, what was the job? 65, and they give me 90. So they give me 25 quid off their own back. Never asked for it. And then they left a good review for the company, didn't he? And said that they were going to use it again, Mick, didn't he?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, a couple of hours out of my way, and I boosted him up, and obviously I got a little tip. It could have went the other way, but like I say, you got to take the rough with the smooth, haven't you? Do you know what I mean? And would I have done something different if it was someone else and not Mick's company? I don't know. But at the time, it was like, oh, I'll get them home, innit? I had nothing else to do. I just wanted to get home for my dinner, really. So it weren't
I don't charge personally myself, and I'll be honest, I do the exact same as you. Later on, thick, I've had to give a job away or whatever. Hope for a little something, even if it's just a tenner extra.
Yeah. Just a little bit, or even just a big thank you. I can't believe you waited and all that. Do you know what I mean? Because I was gonna get my daughter to ring up when I was on my way home and like cried on the phone and say, "I've missed you, Dad. I haven't seen you all day." Do you know what I mean? Trying to make them on loudspeaker, trying to make them feel a bit guilty, like, and stuff like that. But it worked anyway, because in the end they were going, "Bloody hell, mate. I mean, you're laying it on a bit thick, aren't you?" I can't even remember what my kids look like. Do you know what I mean? And then they were like, what he was saying then, you're like, oh, I can't believe you waited and all that. I'd be like, yeah, to be honest, mate, I'd wait, no, because obviously with the waiting time and all that, your fare's gone to 400 quid, hasn't it? Laughing, do you know what I mean? And they'd laugh and all that, just dropping loads of little things like that, like. But they gave me a little tip anyway, so I'm flipping made up. But to be honest, even if they didn't, I didn't really want to leave them standing at the airport. Because in my opinion, if I was flying in and my plane was 5 hours delayed, then I landed at 9:30 after my 5-hour plane delay. Then I kept on the plane for 2.5 hours. Then I got battled through thinking I finally got in the car to a peed off driver that wants double the money.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'll be fuming, mate, if I was a passenger and that happened to me. I'll be fuming. Do you know what I mean? Because
You've got
to be honest,
you've got to put yourself in
worst case scenario, you could WhatsApp the customer and say, listen, because of the delays, I do apologise. Can you please jump up Uber or Acne home? See you later. I'd rather do that than charge a customer waiting time. I'd rather say, listen, the waiting time will probably equal Acne home or whatever. Sorry, get Acne because we can't wait any longer. Do you know what I mean? By the way, someone said about parking charges apply. No, mate, this is not going into we're not in the airport. We're just waiting near the airport, so there's
Wait
no
outside.
parking charges. So the only thing that it's costing you, mate, is time and possible future jobs. And yes, Jim, Mark's a tool.
What?
He's just saying, I can't believe you're still doing the podcast and stuff when you've been up that early.
I know. I feel all right now.
Yeah, not all, but many customers do realise the time frame that sacrifices drivers makes for the return journeys. Yeah, not really a sacrifice, you know what I mean? You're not like flipping going to war, you know what I mean? Not like you know what I mean? Like a Spartan
Sometimes it is
going to
like
battle. You know? It does when you do the hours you do, lad. But yeah, no, I get but also technically what I was doing, I was waiting at the airport with one of the lads that I know, chilling with him, and it was sound. So it weren't terrible, do you know what I mean? But yeah, I do get you. A lot of people had follow-on jobs that they lost and stuff like that. But how often does it snow? How often are these crazy delays? Not very often. It's got to take it on the chin, haven't we?
Yeah.
How many times have you drove up to the airport and the customer's waiting for you? You grab them, you get them home, and you make a quick money. Do you know what I mean? You can't have it both ways, can you? You can't give a customer a refund because you were quicker to a certain degree. That's only my opinion, you know what I mean? Jim, great name. Is Uber still worth it, lads? I'm in the process of waiting for the badge, but it seems like everyone is crying about the fares on YouTube. I'll be honest with you, Jim. You're probably not going to get much different from us, but we'll try and be more positive. Right, guys? Let's all hit the positivity. Go. Who wants to go? Mark, Mick, who wants to speak? Go on.
Right, being on Uber gives you flexibility. And Mick, that's Mick's answer. He's buggered off.
I'm running away.
Mick gone. Just to clarify, Jim, Mick did work a bit of Uber around his airport runs. Now Mick has gone to the local company. Because the thing with the local companies, Jim, is that they have full transparency. You know exactly how much commission you're paying. You know exactly how much per mile you're getting. You know how the system works. The closest driver in a zone or whatever. You know each job comes through is going to be within 2 miles to you or a mile to you, depending on the app. So it's a lot. Stop it, TikTok. So it's a lot of so a lot of people like that. A lot of people like the consistency and the likes the consistency and like the transparency of the local companies. So that's why, as an example, Mick has gone back to local. Mark, you still do a bit of Uber, don't you?
Did it this morning. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
The fares are a bit poo, but my fares this morning, bang on. Like I said, I did 3 hours, did 100 quid.
Happy days.
4:07. That was even before the rush hour.
No, you can still make a living out of it.
You can still make a living out of it, but you've probably got to get used to it. You got to get used to it. You get used to the areas.
Don't be coming out at 10 o'clock in the morning until 2 o'clock in the afternoon and saying, I'm not making me money.
Got to play the game, haven't you? And also, Jim, as well. The good news about you just starting out on it, mate, is you don't know what it used to be like. So you'll come out like a fresh newborn baby, mate. A little fresh newborn Uber baby. And that's, by the way, that's what Uber wants. They want loads of gyms starting in 2025.
Yep.
Put on the app. Wow, money. Click. Pick up passenger. Drop off passenger. I received money. Great. Move on to the next one. And that's what Uber wants because it's what you don't know what you're missing out on. The most frustrating thing about people who's done it for years is they know what it's gone like. And that's the frustrating part. I'll see a job, and it might be a good job, but I'm going, 2 years ago, that was brilliant. Do you know what I mean?
One thing you need to be aware of, though, on Uber, you do a lot of dead miles.
Yeah, the mileage is so much higher on Uber compared to local. Like, so much mileage. That's why Mick's probably benefiting with the fuel saving in the bus. Because you literally go, like, 1 mile there, 3 miles, good rate. Where Uber might be like 4 miles, 5 miles, crap rate. Do you know what I mean? I noticed that a lot about the mileage on Uber compared to locals, mate. Gym, the best times of work, mate. I've got loads of content on the YouTube channel and stuff. Go subscribe there and check it out. But mainly, mate, it's mornings, evenings, midweek, and then obviously your nights and all weekends. Special events, football, concerts, stuff like that. You get extra traffic, but normally you are busy and consistent, matey. But yeah. Or just don't get on the private hire and go and do like Uber Eats and Deliveroo and Stewards and all them. Because they don't have the expenses that taxis do. So everyone's got loads of options. I mean, like Amazon Flex Shift and all that. Do you know what I mean? I've been on Amazon Flex for years. I'm gonna have a little look now, see if
I was
any
sat
blocks on Amazon Flex I can grab.
Sat in a Mackey's the other day, just waiting for me coffee. It's just standing there. Delivery driver stood next to me. Me being nosy while he's scrolling through his phone. And you should have seen the amount of delivery apps he had on his phone. And he was just sitting there trying to get work off every single one. Flex popped up, GoPuff flopped up. Mackey's, Just Eat. He was just flicking through them all, just trying to grab himself work.
Yeah. Here you go, sat there ready to be taken. Thursday today, 1 p.m. till 4:30. So what's that? 3.5 hours, 55 quid, delivering parcels.
Let's see if there's all around me.
That's what I'm trying to say. You grab one of them, you do a little bit of Uber Eats before and after it. You got similar money to the taxis, mate. But I'm going to do a video this week explaining the differences of the expenses between like Uber Eats and Uber taxis, because people aren't aware of how many expenses that they got. What have you got there? Show me. Go on. Put it back on the screen.
They're for some reason that's Leeds though, so that's yeah.
Yeah.
So
Leeds.
£37.50 for 2.5 hours.
Nice. Look at all them there. That's what I'm trying to say. There's other options. People always think I need a flexible job. I'm going to go to taxis. And I don't know why this mentality of it. It's mad.
Hey,
especially when there's other gigs out there. Do you know what I mean?
Killing, though.
Oh, sorry.
I bet you that delivery driver who I've just spoke about making a killing. Working for all
honestly, do you know what I mean? Like, I done all right on Uber Eats on my video the other day. Obviously, I done it for content, but I done all right, mate, on it. It weren't too bad. It weren't like terrible. It was a nice change. You know what I mean? So I don't know, mate. I don't know. Myself personally, I think the private hire, it's a lot of expenses to get you going, and then there's loads of expenses while you're doing it. Where Uber Eats is what you could do it on a pedal bike, you could walk. To be honest, you could jog, or you can get a cheap car, and all you need is food delivery insurance. You don't need private hire insurance. You don't have to get it plated. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to pay for any special MOTs or nothing like that. Do you know what I mean? Vicky's, but I watched Kev's video yesterday. He worked nights from Knowsley Road, Bootle to Formby by the station. £11.80.
Mate, that's good. That's for Uber.
How far is that?
I would put it about what? 9 mile, 8 mile, 10 mile, maybe more.
A bit less than that. Knowsley Road. It's just before Knowsley Road's just before the flyover to Waterloo. So that's good for Uber. That price.
Oh no, because Uber probably put you through Little Crosby up onto Fortin and then straight up the expressway, then back into Formby, won't it? You can't get into Formby straight up, can you? You have to go
I reckon that journey's about 6 mile.
I reckon about 8, 9 mile. Let's Google it now. Knowsley Road, Bootle to Formby.
So if it's only 6 mile, that's just short of £2 a mile.
9.5 mile, Mick. Shortest route.
How long?
9.5 mile. I knew it was.
The route on the screen.
Yeah, because that's exactly the route it's showing.
That works.
The route it's showing me.
Look.
Wait, then I'm just sure there's nothing showing on my stuff. Look. Obviously, so you go up Crosby through Fortin, then you got to go on the and then back into Formby. Look. Yeah, 9.5 mile for 11.5 quid. That's the stuff you're dealing with, aren't you? What would that be on Alpha?
Why did he even accept that job?
What?
Why did he even accept that job?
Who knows? Who knows?
Kev's cab's the yes man, eh?
See, the thing is with Kev, what I obviously I love him. I've watched him for years. He's a great. He seems like a great guy. I never met him in person, but in my mentality, how could you go from Hackney prices to Uber prices? I'm assuming obviously he's busy and he's getting more work.
Well, he says, doesn't he? He says he's a lot busy on Uber.
Yeah, busier as in like wheels are moving.
Yeah, his wheels are moving.
Do you know what I mean? But how much would that happen on Hackney? 9 miles.
Outside your area as well.
Yeah, probably could have done 20, 25 quid on that, couldn't he?
Where's the boundary?
Well, Liverpool boundary. There's only Anfield, isn't it? Oh no, because Bootle would be Sefton. So no, that's within the boundary, wouldn't it? Bootle's Sefton and Formby's Sefton, isn't it? You know what I mean? So it will be with the boundary. But yeah, I don't know. Have you ever considered doing food delivery, Mark?
I did it during COVID, just after COVID, but it was called City Grab. So
City Grab.
Yeah, what it is, it was the biggest firm in Sheffield City who Vizu bought out. They brought out their own food thing. I did that just to tick over when I weren't doing my school runs and that lot. But I thought about doing Uber Eats, just for a laugh, just to. I don't know. I have done. Yeah, I've signed up to Amazon Flex, but I've not done any jobs yet. I wouldn't even know what to do.
Amazon Flex is sad. I used to do Amazon Flex before.
That's where high visits and that lot.
No, you literally turn up. To whatever the showroom is. You turn up. Some places you got to show your ID when you drive in. They tell you where to pull up, and then they'll bring out your parcels and you load into the car. Some places you drive up, you walk in, you scan your arrival code, right, and then you tell you which trolley to grab. You grab the trolley, put it in your car, scan all the parcels, and when you go to the delivery, which tells you which delivery to go to, yeah, you scan all the parcels again, the ones that you're taking out your car to make sure you collect the correct parcels.
Yeah,
and you drop them off. You go to your next delivery.
All right.
Honestly, but there's different ones of Amazon Flex. You've got Amazon Logistics, which is your parcels, like your little brown boxes and your parcels.
Yeah.
So that's like normally you get like loads of parcels and loads of deliveries. So you get like one big estate with like 40 drops and 40 parcels. It's crazy, like in and out the car every second. But the Amazon Fresh is more like a food delivery.
Right.
So that's what I normally do. And you normally have like 3, 4, 5 stops maximum.
So
and then you have a couple of bags on each.
They're all Amazon Logistics. So will that be parcels?
Yeah, so scroll down. Is there any more on there?
Where's my mic? Where's me?
Yeah, so they're all Amazon and Logistics then, yeah?
Yeah, so will that all be parcels then?
Yeah. So if it says logistics, it's all the parcels. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
AZ's just come in and went electric car or Elon Musk.
Is he back now?
Who? AZ, you back from holiday, mate, or are you still away? He's been away for the last 7 years, hasn't he? What?
He's been on more holidays than Judith Chalmers.
Hey, do you want fun fact? We bring it up while AZ's on. Fun fact for you: he actually got an Uber in where was it? Egypt.
Egypt, yeah.
He got an Uber from Egypt, and he tried to have him off. So be careful getting an Uber in Egypt. They were just trying to charge him extra on the app. Weren't they? They were like, no, it's like an extra whatever on the app.
One fact about AZ, he fell off a horse.
That is very true as well. AZ did fall off a horse. See, AZ's had a wind Mick up there. Look at the electric car on Musk, and he just come in with a quit. Yeah, AZ shared the video of him on a horse in Egypt, and then was it a horse or a camel?
It was a horse.
Was it a horse?
Yeah.
Or a donkey?
No, wouldn't it? You don't fall off a donkey.
Yeah, but
you're gonna be silly to fall off a donkey.
Kevin has.
What?
What?
Stop it. Maybe up to the TikTok now. Hello, everyone watching on TikTok. I do apologise. We don't check in the comments and that. So if you are joining in and stuff, just come over to the YouTube. But we'll be finishing up not too long now. Guys, we have literally been on for an hour and 20 minutes, and my bum is numb.
Oh, right.
My bum's really numb.
And you're a
What?
poet, and you didn't know it.
I need to put a pillow on. I really need to put a pillow on because every time I come out here, I've got to come out here. By the way, I'm in the dining room. It's because the dog is an absolute tool, and I can't go in the office with the dog. So the dog's now asleep on the couch. I can see her. She's asleep on the couch, but I've got to be in the flipping dining room, not in the office, until the dog grows up and stops being a tool.
Till the dog grows up.
Wow.
Till the dog grows up.
Honestly, how's your coffee that your wife started out with?
Oh, fantastic.
Was it? Yeah, man. I haven't had a coffee. I haven't got no one to make it for me. Oh, don't.
Ah.
I hate him, you know. I hate him when he does the.
All I need now is a packet of crisps.
Mate, did you know I can block you I can mute you from here, lad. If a packet of crisps comes out, mate, you get muted instantly. Honestly. Oh my god. What are we on now? Hour and 20 minutes. What time did we start? So we stopped the first one at 45, didn't we? So do the math. How long's the second one going on for?
45. Net. Yeah, the 5 minutes. Did we have a 5 minute? Yeah, 40 minutes and 45 minutes. Yeah, 45 minutes. Second one.
40
40. Nick is obviously 2:40.
We've been going
Right,
85 minutes.
Oh, I don't know, guys. I don't know. But it was a good idea. What do you reckon, guys? Do you reckon it's work? By the way, I was busy with the school and I couldn't even prepare like a couple of ideas to talk about. And I still think we've done all right, haven't we?
Yeah.
What do you reckon, content-wise? Everyone who's watching now, let us know in the comments. Are you happy with what you have watched? Is Vicky still here? Because Vicky was the first person that's actually jumped in. So it'll be interesting to see if who's able to retain Vicky. But the only problem with Vicky is he's going to literally, obviously, he's already watched 2 full podcasts, hasn't he, in one hit. Vicky, you still here, Vicky? Vicky.
Hello. Is anybody out there?
Vicky didn't even say bye.
So, you know, if people join and say
I just went on
Vicky and we
TikTok
say
dead
him.
quick, right? I went on TikTok dead quick, made there's so many comments that we didn't go through. Why didn't you just come over to YouTube, you melts? But one's comments put Matty suspending from Uber for the coffee slip.
If only we could.
You know, only we could. Right, I think we're going to call it a day. We all done? I want another coffee and some dinner. Are you done, Mick?
I'm happy, yeah.
You happy, Mark?
Yeah.
Going out on Uber, Mark?
Yeah, I'm going to have some lunch and I'm going to go out.
Yeah. By the way, just to clarify, he's just tuning in. He hasn't been asleep for 7 days. 7 days and 7 nights. Honest to God, mate, you scare me.
I'm all right.
Hey, where are we up to now? Right, that's it, guys. I think we're all done and dusted. Thanks very much for tuning in. Obviously, you can listen on all the socials and Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, and all that jazz. Much appreciated. And yeah, thanks again for Mark and Mick tuning in. Much appreciated as always. And yeah, oh, Vicky's still here. Vicky, we got the thumbs up on Vicky. Come on, Vicky. Right, I'll catch you all later. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to drive to Sheffield and punch Mark's head in for that slip. And yeah, thank you for all tuning in. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Don't forget, when I stop it on this, I'm still live on TikTok, by the way. So I'm going to end TikTok as well. Right, that's gone. Then we go to TikTok. TikTok, thanks for tuning in.